FPX, JackeyLove hasn't won a title since 2020 with Top Esports. Creme, yet to win a title. And of course, Kanavi and 369, it has been since 2023 since they have won a title as well. And also for 369 and Kanavi, it's been since 2023 that they've been in the finals as well. So this, or Kanavi, I should say specifically. They are now one game away, Matt, from being able to be in a finals again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. And Top Esports, they're certainly playing like they're about to wrap it up here. But KSante, big power pick to have in Game 4. The most popular answers to KSante pretty much all off the table. So we're going to have to see some creativity from 369, a potential Camille angle later on in draft. But we have seen later on in Fearless, you pretty much have to play an Enchantress support at some point because the engagers run out. We still have a few on the table, but that Jinx Lulu, it's been a big core that's emerged in Fearless in these later games 3, 4, and 5. It will be locked in here for JackeyLove and Crisp.
What a threatening position for Top Esports to have on match point to put the fate of their composition into JackeyLove's hands. Jinx hyper carry empowered by the Lulu, and JDG are going to have to hope that this KSante first pick is worth that trade. JDG are going to get a Nautilus for themselves. And if you
if they want to go crazy, it's Caitlyn. Peyz's Caitlyn is something that we have seen. I don't think this is the best pairing for it, but oh boy, that is going crazy for sure. Draven picked up, but it's a poppy for Top Esports. I just feel like Top Esports are miles ahead in draft. If JDG don't get anything done early, especially in the bot lane, they're going to get monumentally outscaled by what Top's showing right now.
And the crazy thing is that we know that JackeyLove made a name for himself when he was on the come-up in solo queue as a Draven player. Peyz is locking that in and throwing down the gauntlet and saying, I am going to steamroll your laning phase. I am going to deny you match point in this 4th game.
We see second round of bans coming out, of course. Matched roles so far. I'm expecting that Poppy to be in the top lane for 369. Still playable for Kanavi, though, if they want to position it there. But yeah, bans. Looks like it's going to be very heavy mid-focus bans. I do like that Talia ban a lot. I think that an Orianna ban would also be really justified. Just anything that can take space away from the Jinx. I think denying that from Scout is a sound strategy and a good idea.
What other champions will JDG try and snipe away?
Ooh, a Pantheon.
Top Esports are taking away the Pantheon. I mean, I like the call since there's no Nocturne, there's no Kindred already. And with 3 rounds of draft phases gone, and now the Viego sniped away for Kanavi, Shun is seemingly limited on what champions you can pick if you want something that can skirmish.
No more Lee matchup. Viktor would be nice for at least keeping Top Esports at bay. They do suffer from range right now, so Viktor poke actually quite valuable if Scout wants to go for that. I think Creme would be most likely to play Orianna or some sort of playmaker into the Viktor to try and get the pace of this game going. That does help buy some space for Draven, but we're still going to struggle with creating space for Draven in the end as Shun. We're going to play Jarvan in the Poppy?
Probably not ideal.
However, I think Volibear's a good pick.
Yeah. Because you don't have any dashes in his kit, and you still have powerful CC. JDG still taking their time. Their gambit is on the Zyra. So once again, not necessarily a champion that heavily skirmishes and plays aggressive in your face, wants to scale up, wants to power farm. Will JDG give Shun the space to actually make that economy advantage?
I think space is the big thing to talk about right now. I don't mind the fact that JDG found a lot of range against the very low range composition of Top Esports, as Creme will self-counterpick himself for the lane, but frankly, I think this is the playmaker that they need. The comp is all about getting a kill on the Viego, on the Jinx, and running the fight from there. JDG, they do have some squishy members that are going to have to stay safe, stay protected from the onslaught of Top Esports early on in the fights. I think a lot of their play pattern, it's going to be about picking the right spot with the Nautilus, but they can lean on the poke of the Zyra and Viktor to help get favorable scenarios as this game goes on. Do want to look out for early on ability to split map for Kanavi. the Zyra versus Viego matchup, Viego can somewhat match the clear early on. Of course, Zyra is going to be faster, but Viego clears decently fast. If he gets the jump on Zyra, that's really the only way that you can win this jungle matchup. So curious if, with some of the split map scenarios, if we can find a setup where Kanavi is able to get up in the face of Shun early on to slow down the Zyra pick.
Tension at an all-time high for both top esports and JDG. On the side of JDG, they're on the back foot. One more loss, their split's over. For someone like Peyz, since his debut, he has been in every single Tier 1 finals for the league that he has been a part of. 4 LCK finals, won 3 of them. One game away from being denied the first final that he has participated in a league for. On top esports side, you have multiple members of this roster who were previous LPL champions who have not won a title in many years. For Kanavi and 369 since 2023. For JackeyLove since 2020. For Chris since 2019. Creme yet to have won an LPL championship. Winning this game gives them the keys to advance to the grand finals and put themselves one step closer to hoisting that Silver Dragon Cup.
I know, especially for Creme, getting that first one and then also getting another chance to go international, a place where Creme didn't have his best performance going back to MSI of last year. Something that Creme will... I think it's the right time for him to get some revenge on. We'll see if Creme can continue to step up and scale up. I don't think Creme has been player of the series by any means, but he's been doing his job in the Scout. And to take down both Knight and Scout to make it into a final, that's a pretty tough road to deal with.
Essentially beating some of the most fabled mid laners from LPL's history, both Knight and Scout.
Look at
international champions from LPL.
Yeah. Just look at where Jinx and Lulu are right now. They're going to be spotted. I think that they're really trying to get the 1v or the 2v1 and the 1v2. I gotta say though, I feel like Jinx and Lulu can somewhat contest this. It's just oh, I guess the Poppy spawn of the KSante. The first couple levels are really tough. I think the KSante is much better in the swap scenario than the Poppy is, but I don't think they wanted these lanes, and they already got zoned off the first 3 melees, so they're behind in XP, and that's really big for the Nautilus Draven lane, because it just gives them more windows to look for these dredge lines that could be pretty deadly.
The words of I'm a cutie pie echoing. Level 2 power spike. They don't even need it. They find the angle for a quick dredge line and a couple of axes thrown into Chris' face. And he's already down. Below 50% HP, forced to start chugging those potions.
And again, these lanes for JDG are going to be quite good. Viktor does have edge on Aurora, especially after you get that first E-evolve. You get to match the waves, and you just outrange. And Kanavi, sadly, on a ward, is spotted by Scout, who is hugging the right side of the lane, and does ding 3 pretty quickly. So Kanavi not going to get anything done here, and still
and they want to bait
spotted.
it. They want to play like Scout is dumb, but Shun catches him with the grasping roots, and Kanavi's now in trouble.
Nautilus rotating.
Forced to run, missing the first one on rotation. Even Peyz is in tow, but Kanavi is able to make himself out of danger.
Yeah.
No need to burn the flash.
I like the idea here from JDG, but oh, hold on, 369. That's
Force the flash. Nicely done from Ala. Gonna look again, missing on the bot side of the map. Dredge line right on to JackeyLove. And the way that Peyz set that up using the scatter from his E gives the dredge line a clean line to fire that through. And now that's 2 summoner spells gone from JackeyLove's Jinx.
Yeah, both sums is significant there. JackeyLove forced to reset, and that's just going to be the swap initiated. The Scorch not enough to take Creme down. But you can see that Jinx Lulu, they're just going to be sprinting topside. 369 going to have to find a way to get out and TP bot.
Creme is forced to recall. The plant's not going to do enough damage, and because
he's got to try and catch the wave.
Faded Ashes yet. I mean, yeah, Creme is really under pressure here. I mean,
he did level.
Looks like, yeah, he's going to be able to pick up the wave now, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but being stopped on the recall, not ideal. But as you called out, JackeyLove and Crisp already returning to the top side of the map. All is going to take this recall and answer 369 on the bottom side of the map, who already used his TP as well.
just short of canceling, yeah. And again, XP advantage in favor of Peyz. Peyz might look to stop this recall. Yeah, we'll do so. And now missing. Gonna get the control ward. I think top esports were looking to flop the lanes there again to send the Jinx Lulu bot and get another moment where they have some reprieve, but not the case. Instead, missing. Gonna play really far up, and they get the wave here. And again, JackeyLove and Chris, they're just gonna be in jail. They cannot survive the onslaught of Draven Nautilus early.
For the first time, this top esports bot lane is on the back foot this series. Peyz and Missing really opting into the heavy kill lane and threat power of the Draven Nautilus. And the fact that they've been already able to get summoner spells off of JackeyLove, force HP trades onto Crisp.
I love this.
Hasn't been a chance for top esports to really bail out this bot lane duo either.
I have other chances to play Missing later on in this game. We're going to pass on that one. Oh, good one.
And the stand aside also clips him as well for decent damage, but good polymorph by Crisp. Mitigates what could have been a lot more damage to JackeyLove's health bar. Shun is now walking towards the top side, seeing if he can threaten a dive alongside Missing.
This is spotted and look at 369. That's why I was so happy that he was proxying the last wave, because it actually buys space for the Jinx Lulu to base even being behind and still get something on the map. So the lane swap, Kanavi sneaks the dragon as the Viego in the time of that swap, and we're going to get to eat everything as top esports. So again, that proxy from 369 at being +1 in the bot lane opens up that window to swap the lanes the way they did and not have the Jinx Lulu get starved out during that. Well worth the trade, and now with the reset coming in and Peyz delayed, top esports gets the first 2 objectives, so the map just has completely collapsed here for JDG.
What an insane map sequence from top esports.
Do they get 2? They're going to drop. Once they spot them, they're dropping.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's only 1. That's still good. Still very good.
The fact that top esports are able to mitigate what looked like a doomsday scenario for JackeyLove and Crisp, absolutely phenomenal.
And now, look at where Peyz and Missing are walking. Because they've walked top to contest the grubs, this is more time where the Jinx Lulu is not in this lane. They're getting gold, they're getting experience, they're getting levels, which is that's the one thing that's really going to help you try and survive the Draven Nautilus onslaught. So this sequence of the map is so good for top esports, but playing around the win cons of JDG and trying to scale up as Shun gets a nice little snag there against Kanavi. And Kanavi, importantly, wasn't able to get 6. That camp would have given it to him. Could have not had the ultimate. Instead, not the case. And 369, 2 levels up on Draven. Good luck moving Poppy.
Now, Peyz has got to be a little careful. But then again, 369 realizing that, hey, a lot of members are collapsing on me, so uses the Keeper's Verdict. Meanwhile, Scout getting chunked out by Creme. Between Worlds was popped. Kanavi was in range for a collapse, but Shun is there to protect his mid laner from a potential first blood for top esports here as we return back to a neutral state.
Yeah, still, I mean, I don't know why JDG hasn't tried to get out of this map formation. It's just, like, how much are you actually going to take away from the Poppy? And then you're losing the time where we've seen what happens when it's the Draven Nautilus lane in the Jinx Lulu. They can't even approach the wave. It's not even close. And now, like, you're signing up for this map state and you haven't done anything to break it. I just really disagree with how JDG has played this one out.
And it looks like they're finally going for a base now, but it just seems a little too late. Definitely seems like top esports are way more efficient on the rotations and the lane assignments, and JDG are just kind of lagging behind. Obviously, when they get the ideal lane assignment, they're able to own the lanes that they want to be in.
Yeah.
But then as soon as top esports changes the script, JDG is just taking too long to figure out, hey guys, when do we swap? Hey guys, when do we start sending people to match again?
369 has TP, and look, they're both walking towards mid. This enables you to pick the lanes that you want. And I love the synced recalls from both side lanes. If you're a team watching from home, you can learn a lot about how 369 proxy that wave, and every single base that each side lane has been synced up, because it allows them to do this. Look at that. They walk mid so that they can pick the lanes they want. It's worth dropping the few moments where you're not in lane to get the right lane scenario, because Jinx and Lulu, your win condition, can still actually play the damn game. The top esports are just completely outplaying JDG. in the downtime. It's just off of resets. It's macro stuff, right? They're being so much better than JDG in these moments.
And I think it just goes to speak, once again, why we favor Top Esports at the beginning of this series. Individual star power, yes, JDG has plenty in supply, but when it comes down to synergy and coordination, Top Esports have just shown time and time again through each progressive series that they have played out through the lower bracket run that they have gotten better at the coordination, they've gotten better at communication, and being able to figure out these lane assignments in what could have been a turning point for JDG through using the power of this Draven and Nautilus lane. They're not getting the ideal matchup. They're not able to punish the Jinx Lulu lane.
And I love how 369, he's going to base and TP back. The dive will be, he'll be under threat, but it's a cannon wave. He's not going to miss much. And just respecting the fact that he needs a full health bar to pull this off. Shun will be spotted on the control ward. But the Poppy clears most of this. It's not, yeah, and if you get in big trouble, you just keep his verdict away. Missing tried to tank it by buffering the dredge line, but instead finds Peyz. So that next wave is going to be hit for free, and Peyz has to take a reset. And the fact that JDG are not snowballing the state of this game, that is a loss for them. If Jinx and Lulu are getting this same amount of economy as Draven Nautilus, that's a miss for JDG.
And it just goes to show that even though this is a zero kill score game, Top Esports are just playing a phenomenal first 10 minutes of the game. They're just completely reading every single rotation from JDG and answering it back
Look at
better.
this. Awa has to TP to eat the resources, but because he TP'd now, Top Esports get to pick the lanes again. Look at where Jinx and Lulu are going, straight bot.
Yep.
And I mean, Poppy's dirty farming this wave. I would have left this wave, but the dirty farm will get you a free dragon.
Yep. I mean, at the very best, JDG are going to be able to pick up the second rotation of grubs, so they'll be able to get 5 for themselves total. But this is another dragon set up. Ala could be in threat here. The steadfast presence interrupts the W, but still not enough damage unless they bring Creme along for the ride. I mean, they're going to send all 5 members into this dive against Ala, and KSante has nowhere else to go. And justly so, the first blood of this match point game goes into the pockets of JackeyLove's Jinx.
Oh, actually a bit of a bummer that 369 wasn't able to reset there. We'll slow things down a little bit for Top Esports as another wave should die in the top side. You can see the 5-to-1 grub mark going to assist. Jinx Lulu does shred turrets. You get multiple attack speed steroids in the kit. So actual ability to maybe contest here, but looks like JDG is going to win out.
Yeah, it was really close, but the consolation prize for JDG, they'll snag away first brick for themselves, deny a point in that feats of strength for Top Esports. But Kanavi already on the second dragon of the game, whereas JDG picked up the second rotation of grubs. If JDG do manage to put themselves in a situation where they can actually threaten towers, then maybe they can get a lot of value with these grubs. But it doesn't seem likely at this point. 369.
So good. I mean, that just kills the tempo of the Draven lane. Again, top lane, it's a dead lane now. 369 is a Sunfire cape. Oh, well, not yet, but working towards it. So it's not like he can freeze it. But just stopping Peyz's base and buying another 30 seconds where nothing's getting done on the map. The rotations from Top Esports just been far, far, far better this game. Been really fun to watch, honestly.
It's just been an excellent display of macro play from Top Esports. Now, Ala is forcing the all-out, but Creme just pops between worlds, links to the other side, and he's totally fine.
Yeah, not bad. Peyz now.
Oh, no, and no, don't tell me that Peyz dies. Okay, flashing over the chompers, dodges the Super Mega Death Rocket. Shun tries to answer back the dredge line.
Missing!
I'm not sure what that was trying to hit, and now Missing is in trouble. He's going to be forced to flash. Kanavi tries to look for it. Good route by Shun. Maybe saves Missing's life, but I don't think so. The damage is coming in, and 369 flashes with the steadfast presence to interrupt the dredge line, killing Missing in the process. Top Esports up 2 kills, and even though it's not a massive gold advantage, just based off the way the compositions are playing out, Matt, you can just feel this game slipping away from JDG.
I mean, that dredge line from missing the stun target is pretty unfortunate if you are JDG. I don't know how much that actually changes things, but again, this is a culmination of the last few minutes of far superior play that we've seen from Top Esports by just picking the right side lane matchups. And then Peyz, the one time that he walks up, gets hit by the zap. That forces the flash. And now, Shun, Crisp is knocked up. Brother, wait for the knockup. Why are we firing that now? And it goes wide and it just kills himself.
And here comes 369. That man was on a mission. He was going to deny the kill. My goodness.
Great walk timer from 369.
Yeah.
Like, his use of timers in these dirty lanes that he's been playing, where he just gets a wave at +1, and then he's like, team, look, I'm there. It's been a big difference maker in the last 2 games of this series.
I didn't even realize until watching the replay that 369, I mean, the chance killed that he also kills missing in the process with a W, right? But he was also angling for a slam onto Shin, which is why the Zyra immediately flashed. And so top esports just playing on such an insane level right now. I mean, it's a low kill game, but remember, these guys want to scale up. I mean, they want to stall for JackeyLove's Jinx to get items in her pocket. And then once Jinx has 2 items, 3 items, the game is, I think at that point, it's just irrecoverable for JDG.
Again, I just think that the core, like the Poppy here, Draven does not get to move a Poppy ever in the game. The raw stats you get as a Poppy, and then your ability to just sit on Draven, you're so impactful and effective. Like the onus of execution is so difficult now for JDG, and you're playing a Draven Nautilus from behind. And again, it's not like top esports did anything magical. It's just that JDG had absolutely no respect for some of the swaps that were pulling off and didn't call the bluff of top esports once. Top esports were the ones that completely got to dictate the side lane matchup they wanted in a game where it's essential for JDG to have the 2v2 for this Draven Nautilus.
About 15 minutes into the game, 20 seconds before the next Rift Herald spawns, a minute and some change for the 3rd dragon. It is a Cloud Soul this game, and a lot of these champions on top esports side.
Kanavi's gonna get the jump.
A lot from Cloud Soul. Shun, no flash available. Kanavi goes for the root. Wait a minute, Kanavi is now overextended. He's got no way out. He flashes, but All is just going to scoop him right up. But the Heartbreaker buffers through. Oh, but Peyz, great snipe with the whirling death, and that gets JDG's first kill of the game.
That is significant. Peyz has not died. That's a not a collector cash out, just that art. Wow, a lot of damage, of course, benefits from all the stacks you have. So every catch from Peyz went into catching Kanavi there. And that will be the feats of straying. At least one more step secured here for JDG. As they pick up the Rift Heralds, that will mean that this upcoming Dragon pretty much decides who gets the feats.
So huge for JDG, and suddenly a glimmer of hope lightens up off of Peyz, getting an insane surge of gold into his pockets. 369. Oh, great by Olive by the Keeper's Verdict, but wait a minute, he's got to deal with Chris now. Using the Lulu ultimate to give 369 a little bit of extra HP. The all-out version of KSante.
Mana?
Can it do enough damage? There's no mana for 369. All wins out. Here comes Super Mega Death Rocket from downtown. JackeyLove equalizes the kills. Top esports still finding their stride here, but JDG, they are not going down without a fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, the mana check there for 369 wasn't there. Couldn't throw down a Q, which could have been enough to kill the KSante in that skirmish. As we're going to get a replay. This escape from Kanavi. He played this one so nice. Steps under the root from Shun. And then the flash into the stun that locks out the animation just enough to get him out of there. But unfortunately, one more tool from Peyz. And that's a nice 700 plus gold cash out. 713 there. That's an early collector for the Draven. And again, that feels like JDG are kind of back online. When you have a Draven this far ahead, your ability to try and walk up and assert your will, your dominance on the game is big. That said, it's still really tough to move a Poppy. So I don't think that this is still a great setup for JDG. An even gold game still means that top esports are ahead of where they should be at this point.
JDG now has to find moments where they can catch out JackeyLove and force these summoner spells off cooldown. 369 stepping up to the mid wave. Keeper's Verdict doesn't find any members of JDG. Missing, forced to flash away. And it looks like 369, his pressure alone gives top esports the tools to take out the Rift Herald before it takes out the tier 1 turret completely in the mid lane. But now JDG, you have a moment to take position of this river.
Scout's been quietly farming this game. Did get bought all the way in. So top esports going to have to drop that to get Creme in. You can see the poke from the Viktor. It is significant in these setups. Again, top esports, their comp, it doesn't have the most range. So this Viktor poke, like the range you get to play in where you can lay down these lasers and actually land significant enough poke to impact the objective setup, it's real. And Scout, by getting bot wave in to where it was, that is going to be enough to just get them the dragon, which is Feats. So a nice win here for JDG.
And suddenly JDG are back in a position, at least for now, that they can try and wrestle control away from top esports. They're technically up on gold. They're up on grubs. They're still down a dragon. But this is the best point in the game. The fact that Peyz has a collector, he might be overextended here. Creme, not going to get in range just in time. Peyz still had both summoner spells available. So at the most, probably would have burned a summoner spell if Creme could close the distance. But the fact that JDG, they're back in a position where they can actually try and find the snowball, it all just comes down to being able to find JackeyLove on repeat with this Nautilus.
Missing, gonna get some control in here. Chris forced off by the Zyra. Kanavi does win out on the poke war. As JackeyLove steps up real nice and aggressively and gonna score some good chip damage onto Awa because of it. Stepped under the Q3 from the KSante and delivered some pain back. That's what we love to see from JackeyLove. Always someone that's willing to trust his hands to make plays, and as he's gotten older, the mistakes have just gotten less and less, man. This guy is just... It really is a treat to watch Peyz and JackeyLove in the same series. And we just flew the jacket, or the lower third, the 2 players to win international tournaments within the first 2 years of debuting. That's ballistic, being able to do that.
And both of these AD carries have such similar stories as well, right? They're only just separated by 5 years. Hang on, Hala looks for a pick. Creme getting caught up here by missing. Good dredge line, and now they're looking with the depth charge onto JackeyLove. You imagine that a flash should be burned anytime soon. There it is. JackeyLove now down the flash summoner spell. And even though JDG cannot lock down JackeyLove for the next 5 minutes, they'll have another opportunity to look for a guaranteed kill.
Kanavi going for the contest a little bit unwarranted there as JDG full deploy to the top side. Maybe thinking that JDG would play for the Otacon, as Kanavi made that play without full info. I think that is one reason why they could have been that far up, but a nice hook there from missing. Actually found Creme and got the depth charge on the JackeyLove and ended up getting both flashes out of the carry as we take another look. Again, the deploy here maybe just thinks that it's an Otacon contest. Like, this is a lot to put onto the top side. Really well played by Awa. Separated Kanavi. Was not able to ult out, and then missing just in range for the depth charge against JackeyLove. Again, the flash from Creme and JackeyLove both were taken away in that skirmish. So good win for JDG.
Yeah, they're making small triumphant steps forward in the right direction here. Getting these picks, trying to push that gold lead even further and further for themselves. Still, it hasn't been blown wide open yet. But now the fact that JackeyLove is down a summoner spell makes that target pick even easier. So is Creme, who's down a flash. Chris forced to
369.
Be able to come over to the bot side on the map. The bailout is mid laner. 369 teleported in. Could be in trouble here. Creme pops the ulti, tries to buy some space. Blinks back in. Ah, that was close there. Creme almost died for sins, but he's able to blink back out to safety. And JDG continuing the pressure through this bottom lane.
Hell of a distraction there from Creme. The real question is, did JDG take enough to contest the Otacon? And do top esports even want to respond with a contest? You can see JDG being very disciplined about holding the vision. They know they can threaten this as Crisp.
Kanavi still has flash. Shun steps up, looks for JackeyLove with the root. Not quite landing it. Creme comes back in. He teleported. No ulti for the Aurora, but he can still try and threaten him with a flank. He's spotted on the control ward in the river. And JDG giving ground here over to this top esports.
Honestly, really like how top played that retake. They played it respectfully, knowing that the Otacon could be a bait. And now, because JDG weren't able to stay on the map and make that play, top esports, they fixed their lanes and could actually look for this one if they wanted to. I don't think that they want to make the game that volatile, as we still like the scaling on their end, but looks like they're going to start it up. Peyz just recalled. That wasn't Fog, so top esports don't know, but they already have this at half.
It's a hell of a call by top esports. Shun, he pulled off a miracle in game 1 with the Otacon steal. Can he do it again? He has flash available, but he's walking a long way around. It is burned down by Kanavi. No chance for a steal. And it's the Otacon GAs. No flowers to pick up. 369 is snagged up, but the steadfast presence buys some time. Now top esports look for the raid, re-engage. Creme pops the ulti. One of the GAs goes down. They're looking for missing at least one of the kills. 369 just another auto attack. JackeyLove gets the resets, and now he's looking to steamroll through the rest of the fight, but the rest of JDG, they're healthy enough that they can withstand the onslaught, and JackeyLove forces the base.
That's 2 kills for, I think, 3 Otacons. That's not bad here for top esports. They got some good gold, especially in the JackeyLove, who, with this build, that third item is big for him. He does not have any attack speed in his build besides the Yun calls. Of course, you get the steroids with Jinx, Lulu. But that third item is going to hit really hard with the IE and Yun calls. As again, I don't think they spotted Peyz's base, but Peyz was not in range, could not interact with this fight. And then they engage on 369. You say, hey, that's a lot of tools burned into the Poppy. A good 5-man ult, or 4-man ult for Creme. That was enough to just get 2 kills, and you'll take 2 kills for 3 Otacons any day of the week.
And now Top Esports returning to the mid lane, trying to make use of this Otacon GA while they have it on the map, trying to get as many turrets as they can. Kanavi farming up a storm on the top side of the map, actually somewhat matching the CS as Creme looks to get a little bit of poke down on the Peyz. Still has both barrier and flash available.
Yeah, Scout got bot to +1, and he's now grouped as Peyz.
369 in, wild growth for the combo. That forces Peyz's flashes. He's now on the back foot, trying to peel back. Oh, Creme finds an angle for the pink. Oh my god, Top Esports, they just popped Peyz! And now the resets are pouring in for JackeyLove. He's gonna find every single member as he gets the flash out of Scout as well. Ola tries to go all out, buys his team some time, but he still falls. And Top Esports, they just blew the game wide open. No more Draven for Peyz, and Top Esports have full control of the map.
And for Creme, the crazy run continues as he took down BLG and Knight yesterday. I gotta say, Creme, he hasn't been the stud of this series, but that was a studly play to potentially lock up the series against Peyz. As the Between Worlds and taking the dive into the backline, that risk ended up being exactly what Top Esports needed. That gave JackeyLove all the space that he needed for him and Kanavi to find resets, and for Top Esports to find a convincing fight, a Baron. We'll see if they're able to contest the Dragon afterwards.
And it all started off a 369 engage. He finds the angle to E in, get the Keeper's Verdict. The combo from Chris, Lulu ultimate on top of it. Exquisite coordination from Top Esports that we have come to actually expect over the course of this lower bracket run.
Now, Dragon has not been spotted. They actually have a ward on it, so Top Esports is guessing that JDG is in this brush. They're playing really disciplined around it. They're going to play the wave first as 369.
Dredge line does not connect. A flash.
That's full info now.
Burn. JDG fully seen now. They're going to take the fight. 369 steps up once again. Wild growth used to get a minor knockup. Missing. Almost down at full HP or low. 369 able to push through. Another reset pours in for JackeyLove. Shun on the retreat. Missing somehow. Made it alive. Creme stunted, but he still kills Missing in the process. But it's a trade now. Peyz able to find a small cash out there, and Top Esports, they're low on their carries now. They're forced to retreat.
Scout and Shun did some work on the back half of that fight. It went unspotted, but just a lot of chip damage ended up being taken by JackeyLove. As Shun's dead. Maybe? Oh, he scouted it.
He's in trouble, man. He's got the help of Peyz, but here comes 369, waiting for them to pop over the wall. Keeper's Verdict will punt over Peyz. And now Shun cannot collapse onto Kanavi. 369 is doing everything to save his team.
I mean, again, this Poppy just can't be moved. They don't have the people to do damage to the Poppy outside of Zyra. Now 369 on Scout.
Flash. 369 flashes over the wall. The knockup combo once again. The bounce house. Scout is dead. Kanavi picks up the reset, and Top Esports now have a window to take this Dragon for free since JDG, they don't have a mid laner.
Navi will buffer the Dredge line and Missing. Soul Point looking to be secured here for Top Esports. As Shun, unspotted.
Looking for the root over the wall. JackeyLove still has both summoner spells. It's not as an easy target. Missing. Trying to channel that Hex Flash.
I thought he was
stopped by Crisp over the wall.
He has a normal flash now. I thought Missing was actually going to look and send it. Might have been an okay angle, honestly, for JDG, with Kanavi likely being on the Dragon. Yeah, they're still looking for the fight.
He's looking for JackeyLove. He still has flash and barrier. He flashes over the wall. The depth charge follows over, but they can't get through 669. Not even close. You said it. 369 Poppy, unmovable, but he finally falls. JDG get enough damage to take out the Yordle. Kanavi forced the flash over. Here comes Creme. Between Worlds. The weirding. Is it enough burst? Shun going golden. There's the root. There's the damage. First reset for JackeyLove as he now rockets off to the races, looking for more. He's gonna punt in the rockets. A TP comes back in. Kanavi over the wall with a heartbreaker, and he possesses the Zyra. JackeyLove finding another kill on a Scout, and Top Esports continuing to snowball this game.
And again, I just don't think that these engages from JDG haven't been in sync. I do want to take a replay at that one because it just felt disjointed. I thought that the angle that Missing had was actually okay, but the flash from JackeyLove bought enough space with 369 being in front of him.
Missing? Sending it in on the 4 members. Who's going to get the kill? Peyz doesn't have enough damage. Missing! What was that?
Got a shutdown of Kanavi, man. That's what that was. Let's go.
All right, now you're gonna be coy with me.
I don't know, man. The missing needs to be investigated after this entire playoffs run, if we're going to be honest. As the combo came in, 369, the wild growth to follow up to, something I think is kind of slept on. And then Creme. I mean, what a play from Creme. He's fighting to get into his second LPL final, still trying to win his first. Going through Knight and Scout to get there and making a huge play in Game 4 on this Aurora to help ensure his team can overcome JDG. As Peyz was effectively hunted by the killer rabbit with fangs. I forget what Nightmare Initialize like to call this pick, because they've got a nice, fun nickname for this, because you do way too much damage as Aurora.
Creme might be in trouble. He doesn't have flash. Uses the Between Worlds, buys some distance, and he's out of there, but that's Between Worlds gone now for the next minute. Top Esports take some reprieve for now. They are 6,000 gold ahead. 3 dragons to their name. Soul Point coming up in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Baron spawning in a minute and change.
And 369, I love what a chat he was. He went for the second item Randuin's, and now looking to go into, I'm going to guess, a Jock Show. Or no, he's got probably, what's the shield item? That one. Kanik Rookern. Woo! We got there, Raafaa.
Nice, man.
JackeyLove, for me, it's kind of curious. He doesn't have an attack speed steroid item outside of Unitol, which doesn't give you a ton. And he's going for GA, which I don't mind because he's down flash. But definitely looking for that luxury item.
Lollipop over the wall. Kanavi still okay. Trying to contest for this blue buff. Creme doesn't
is
have
nothing.
Between Worlds for the next 5 seconds. No flash available. Might have been a bad choice to be on that side of the wall. JDG pick up a free Aurora. Now they have 5 versus 4 on the map for the next 60 seconds.
I mean, if Missing didn't throw that hook to secure the kill, I have no idea how Creme would have gotten out with no flash, no ult. But, you know, we got the gold on Nautilus, so that's huge here for JDG.
Kanavi just trying to keep tabs and vision on JDG in the mid lane, trying to see if they want a chance for the Baron in the next 15 seconds. Creme has teleport, but still not on the map for 30 seconds. So there's a 20-second window where JDG will be able to force a 5v4.
Oh,
Top
no.
Esports have to be careful. JackeyLove has a GA, but no flash. Only barrier is left up as a summoner spell usage. He has to rely on his team to give him the world, to give him another chance to go to another final for Top Esports. Still 5 versus 4. They bought enough time. Shun takes a lot of damage from JackeyLove. And Top Esports starting to sink into JDG's backline. Here comes Creme with the teleport. There's the first reset. It's for Kanavi, and he's on the KSante, marking the rest of JDG. They're collapsing. Peyz isolated. Flash wall slam. JackeyLove picks up another reset, and Peyz is gone. And JDG are down to 2 members. JDG are down to their last legs. And I don't think this defense is going to happen. Top Esports, they're looking at a chance to potentially host that Silver Dragons Cup. They are 1 step away from being able to advance to the grand finals against anyone's legend, but Scout buys enough time, pops the Chaos Storm. Top Esports, will they throw it for here? Shun falls, Scout, it's just you. 1 versus 3, can he do it? He finds 369, but Creme assassinates him. But it's not enough for Top Esports to end the game. And for now, JDG can thank Scout for giving them just more time.
They're going to respect the KSante TP and the respawns from JDG, but this will be Dragon Soul going over to Top Esports in the back half, so still looking grim. And man, as you were highlighting, Raafaa, the 5v4 that JDG had, where they could look to bait Baron, do anything, they were on a ward that they didn't spot, and they sat on their hands and did nothing. And then you just get this insane angle from Creme once he spawns. JackeyLove did a great job of connecting with Zaps onto Shun, bought a lot of space. But Creme with this angle, again, this is your 5v4 wasted. This 5v5 is such an advantage in terms of just where the fight starts for Creme. Not even to talk about just the setup with JDG running to the hills. It's such a disjointed fight, a disjointed setup from JDG. They had no chance to win that fight because they refused to pull the trigger in the 5v4.
A teleport is coming in now for 369 to join the fight. Rest of Top Esports, they are 1 good fight away from closing this series to advancing to grand finals and meeting up against anyone's legend.
Yeah. Demacia Cup rematch. JackeyLove, importantly, GA down, flash up. So a depth charge does have the potential to buy some space away from his KSante is stuck.
Fast presence. Alla forced to flash. Creme has the flank. They pop Sun. Good night, Zyra. And now Creme has a chance to threaten Peyz. Forced to flash. Still has the barrier. Missing over the wall. Throwing everything he can against Kanavi to stop the resets from going. Peyz picks it up. Gets the cash in. But he's got to deal with JackeyLove. He's got to deal with Creme. And it's just not enough. Top Esports.
Oh.
Ace for 4, and JackeyLove will remind the world who the best AD carry in the LPL is. Peyz will not get a chance to continue the final streak. Top Esports will return to the final stage and advance and face off against anyone's legend.
And padding some of the scoreboards too with that end game stats there, Raafaa. JackeyLove, pop-off performance from him. I believe it was deathless in the end, piloting a Jinx Lulu into the Draven Nautilus. I mean, that's tough to do going deathless in that game. Very impressive. But man, big difference makers for me in that game. How the side lanes were played in downtime. Bring your mind back to the earlier stages of the game. How good 369 was with syncing up his recalls with the bot lane and making sure that they had the right lane assignments consistently in the early game. That got Top Esports off to such better footing than JDG and really helped enable them to take this one down. And again, JDG, for me, they made it to top 3 in spite of drafting and in spite of how poorly missing play throughout this tournament. That is, in one thought, pretty promising for JDG moving forward. And on another hand, really disappointing that we can't see the super team really reach the mantle because the fundamentals aren't there and missing struggling.
For JDG, all the concerns were raised as early as Demacia Cup. And it seemed like throughout the group stage, the concerns were obviously still there, but then them being able to triumph over Weibo Gaming in group stage, giving them first seed, and then being able to at least go up against anyone's legend in the upper bracket, besting Thunder Talk. There's a chance that maybe JDG are finally getting it together. Unfortunately for them, it falls short, and I think this is still a team that we have high